When employees don't do the work they're paid to do, it can be frustrating. You feel like you've tried everything.
If you can relate to this, then you're probably trying to solve the wrong problem. Improving your coaching skills can be the catalyst you need to inspire your team members into performing better.
In this video, you are going to learn what is the biggest mistake that coaches make that creates conflict and breakdowns in their coaching relations.
How your disappointment as a coach can derail improvements and how to avoid getting into this trap.
The long-term damage a short-term action taken against one person can have on the entire team.
And the number one reason you can probably relate to where managers and leaders start coaching but then give up the coaching process before the person actually improves.
Now, this coaching principle is one we've taught people for many years, and even now we still get messages, comments and emails about how much this simple, easy to understand principle has changed people's lives.
If you want more tips and techniques on how to improve your communication and leadership skills, go visit our website at curiouscommunicator.com. To keep updated on our latest videos, go and subscribe to Curious Communicator TV. Just click on the subscription button below this video right now.
Coaching skills and teaching skills cross over a lot, but of the two, there is far more scientific research and credible studies that have been done to test teaching methods. That's why this quote fits so perfectly into what we're going to discuss in today's coaching video. If the student didn't learn, then the teacher didn't teach.
In fact, this quote is very relevant to my own experience that happened to me a few weeks ago. I have two children, one that goes to mainstream school and one of my children has special needs. He goes to a special needs school, and we have to go in and have reviews with the teachers and have reports. In the mainstream school, it's very clear that if the student is struggling, then they're not trying hard enough or they need to do something different. And going back to the quote, if the student didn't learn, then the teacher didn't teach, it goes against that principle. However, when I went to my son's special needs school, the teaching environment is very different. If the student didn't learn, then the teacher's attitude is that they didn't present the information in the way for the child to learn correctly. And this is a massive difference in approach to teaching, and one is far more successful than the other, and that's what we need to try and incorporate into our coaching skills.
So the danger for the coach here is if they don't follow that principle, it can lead to breakdowns in the relationships. You may end up giving up on the person completely.
And the coaching process can actually become so uncomfortable the person's going to go on and proactively avoid you. Breakdown in relationships is one of the most common reasons people choose to leave their jobs.
Now, there are two unwanted side effects that you absolutely want to avoid. Now, we'll cover those shortly.
But first, let's have a look at an illustration of how this might work. In this situation, the coach knows what needs to happen. The flower needs to grow. The coach has the means of support, which is the watering can for the flower on a sunny day, but the coach has done nothing useful to help. Yet the coach blames the flower for failing. This might sound obvious, but it's a very easy trap to fall into. And here's why.
Anyone that leads people would universally agree their most valuable commodity is their own time. So when you take the time to coach someone and you invest 30 to 60 minutes of your day, you say to yourself, I'm a great boss. I've gone over and above and I've given that person my time to try and help them. The discovery that the time you spent made no difference is a tough pill to swallow. Emotions like anger and frustration can easily surface here. Couple this with the disappointment and realization that their failure negatively impacts you reaching your own goals, and you have a recipe for shouting at the flower.
There are two unwanted side effects of this coaching trap. Number one, you will treat people unfairly, making this a negative experience for them and for you. Number two, you're going to give up on trying to coach the person to improve. This is mainly due to a lack of return on investment. You put an hour of your time in, but you get nothing back to show for it. And number three, the person being coached will do anything to avoid getting shouted at for doing something they don't know how to do, even when they put a lot of effort in. But the fix for this is surprisingly simple.
Learn to expect failure and have a process for when it happens. This is what you want to aim for.
Someone that shouts at the flower only ever gets as far as try and fail, but as you can see, that's not the end of this process. Generally speaking, it is very unlikely that any challenge worth striving for, anyone will go straight from try to success.
At the moment, your emotional reaction may be harmful to you and your team, so take a few minutes to break down and reflect on how you will react when you get a bad result.
If your people then fail, what you want to do is take the training and break it down into more realistic and achievable bite-sized chunks. The fact that they failed tells you that you need to do this. You need to add in a lot more support and a lot more training for them to achieve the result that you agreed to.
Okay, so that's it for this management coaching technique.
We hope this video is helping you to develop your coaching skills so you can build your reputation as a high-performing coach.
If you've learnt some cool stuff off today's video, make sure you subscribe to our channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video.
Also, if you want more tips to help you improve your leadership and communication skills, head over to curiouscommunicator.com and sign up to the newsletter. You'll receive exclusive tips and techniques that we do not share anywhere else, and it's free.
So now it's your turn. Which of today's techniques do you see the most where you work? Do you see people not setting achievable tasks, or is there just a lack of support? Either way, let us know by leaving a comment below right now. Okay.
And then this is what you want to aim for.
Yeah.
Remember that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you can't.
What was it again?
No, are you serious?
So the danger for a coach here is if they don't follow that principle, then
They won't remember the next line. Just reading. Just reading. Before they actually never get... The coach can actually totally derail any improvements that the coach can make and how coachee can make and how to...
So where are you going? You're going off there somewhere.
Yeah.
Mistake that coaches make is that
Just reading it. Just fucking read it.